time to talk business with our partners 2 Degrees, and Garth Bray from Business Desk is joined and back with us. What's happening?
Okay, Mike, so there's big splash. We were talking about the farmgate milk price earlier, which is basically the payout forecast that Fonterra has for its farmer shareholders for what they're making. Huge impact on the New Zealand economy. They have announced a cut to that forecast payout, quite a steep one actually. They're now picking $9 for the season, which is down from $9.50, which they cut from $10 less than a month ago. So this is quite a steep move. I think a lot of the market was sort of seeing more like about a 9.20 or a 9.10. To put that in context, when the price went up 50 cents last year, that was basically talked about as $1 billion into the economy. So if you see that we've had two 50-cent cuts in a pretty similar period, that's quite a lot that effectively has just been taken out of, a projection of what's been taken out of the economy. Based on what we're talking about, huge amounts of production. I think Miles Howell was saying that with half the season, he's the CEO of Fonterra, with half the season still to complete, they're seeing strong milk flows from New Zealand and globally. So there's obviously just a lot of product out there and no sign of that abating because the prices have held up until now. And then the dollar. Our dollar has sort of picked up a little bit, possibly, off the back of some of those OCR announcements and so on, and the strong talk from the Reserve Bank governor. But a range of factors, obviously, always affecting currencies. So he's blaming the dollar basically and saying that they're required to further adjust the forecast range. So they've shifted the range. It was $9 to $10 per kilo, and now it's gone down to $8.50 to $9.50. They're saying it's still within the range that they picked at the start of the season, but quite a big drop.
So is that unprecedented in terms of a drop of that extent?
I think to have two so close together probably shows that things are a little bit more fluid than they were expecting. Yes. I remember Miles Howell taking a view back in, I think it was September, when they announced their annual results. And at that point, obviously, they were still quite firm. Even as recently as sort of the day before they cut last time, he was up in Singapore talking to Bloomberg and others about how it was still looking steady at that point. Of course, you can't say it's looking bad, and then unless you've made the decision, it's a market-sensitive kind of statement. So he was obviously hedging his bets then. But I guess it's a sign that commodity prices, they move, they come up, they come down. We're seeing a lot of pressure on that price downwards at the moment, and ultimately that's not necessarily a good thing for farmers or for the economy.
No, absolutely not a good thing. Hey Garth, thank you very much for updating us on that breaking news. That is Garth Bray from Business Desk. Thanks to our partners 2 Degrees.